Yeah, Bumper. I was just curious what your thoughts are on Larry Roundtree and Connor Bazelak, the quarterback and running back.
Yeah, I mean those are two good players. Quarterback's real technical. He'll make sure he is on the right reads. Then Roundtree, we played him last year. He's a really hard running back. Hits the hole hard. I'm excited to get to play him. We kind of talked a little bit after the game last year, and so looking forward to getting a battle out with him again this year.
Bumper, I'm curious, when you came into Arkansas a couple of years back, what were your first impressions of Grant Morgan, and maybe how have your thoughts on him evolved over the years?
Yeah, so Grant actually hosted me on my official, and so really was kind of like the first person I knew up here. And then throughout the years, like I've lived with Grant. We were roommates for a time before he got married and moved on. And but me and Grant I hang out with Grant more than anybody during the day. We come up to the facility, we'll watch film, go eat lunch together, come back, treatment. I mean, everything is with Grant during the week. And so I love him, and I'm so excited and for all the awards he's getting, and it's worth it. I mean, he works harder than anybody in the facility, and it's paying off.
Bob.
Hey, Bumper, what's it meant to you guys to have Barry Odom as your D coordinator, and has he been any different this week, getting ready to face his old team, or what do you think his emotions are? Maybe what are your all's emotions playing, against his old team with him, calling the defense?
Coach Odom is the same person every day. I mean, he loves football, and so every opponent's to him the same. I'm sure this week there's probably a little extra motivation, but for him it's business as usual. For us, I think we want to go out there and play as hard as we can. But his approach to every week is is the exact same. He's going to do everything he can to put us in the best situations, and I'm looking forward to going out there and playing for him this weekend.
And what do you think he's meant to you guys this year? The defense, the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's been like I said before, this is kind of the same group of guys we've had from last year, and obviously we've had some new additions, but he's changed the mentality of this defense. He's put so much belief in us, and I think that we all started believing in ourselves. There's games where we didn't play as well as we should have, but this year it's like we look at the mistakes, like we're so close to what we can be, and that's a testament to him and all the coaching staff. He does a great job firing people up, getting us motivated. And it's been a great season, getting to have Coach Odom.
Trey.
Yeah, Bumper, how did you find out about Rakeem, his decision to opt out? What's your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it was the best situation for him. Rakeem's a good friend of mine, and so obviously I want the best for him. And he took that route, and I think he's just been dealing with a bunch of stuff, injury wise, COVID, having to sit out with that. So I wish him the best, and he's my guy.
Bob.
Yeah, Bumper, obviously you guys were down a bunch of D linemen the last game. How good is it to get – it sounds like you're going to get a lot of those guys back, if not all of them. How good is that going to be for you linebackers? And what do you thought of Jonathan Marshall's season, and maybe what's been the key to his success up front?
Yeah, getting those guys back is huge. I mean, it makes our job so much easier. I think me and Grant were talking about today, like it's just such a relief knowing you got all these guys, in front of you that have so much size, holding gaps, and makes our job easier. And whenever your job comes easier, you like the reason for it. Same thing, Jonathan Marshall. He's definitely made me and Grant's job easier this year. He's a stud. He's a great kid. Me and Grant go to lunch every day, and he's always there with us. So we kind of have a good little group we got rolling, and just love seeing him be successful because he's such a great person and works his tail off. So happy to see it and happy to have him.
Well, what do you think Jonathan's doing to really, take on those double and triple teams and still make plays?
I mean, he's just so strong. He's explosive. He's huge. he has so much confidence, and it's all those things are coming together to put the product he is putting on the field.
Hutch.
Bumper, you talked about Grant hosting you on your official visit. I mean, back then he was still just a walk-on, hadn't played a ton. Could you imagine, 3 years later that he'd be leading the country in tackles and be a Butkus Award semifinalist?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, it's getting where Grant's been is not easy, but I'm telling you, the guy works so hard. I mean, if you're in the weight room, he's going to challenge you to do more weight. I think even today we were squatting, and he looked over at Jonathan Marshall, who is a freak in the weight room, and he's trying to tell me that he's squatting faster than him, trying to keep the same weight. He just has a chip on his shoulder with everything he does, and it's just cool to see it paying off, because it's made me a better player. It's made me a better person. Just striving to always push yourself, no matter what anybody says about you. Just go to work. It's pretty cool.
Trey.
Yeah, Bumper, what's your thoughts on the Missouri offensive line? What are you seeing out of those guys up front?
Yeah, that's a good unit. We played a lot of good offensive linemen this year. So this is just another group that we got to go in there, be assignment sound, be physical, and we're excited about the challenge we have with them, and looking forward to getting to battle with them Saturday.
Are you able to pull any tips from Brad Davis from like tendencies or anything like that?
Yeah, he's been giving us tips. We've kind of got a lot of guys from Missouri, so we know the personnel pretty well, and know a lot of things they do. So we're just we're really excited about it, and I know getting to play this one for Odom is big.
Bob.
Hey, Bumper, I know this is a trophy game, but I've heard some Arkansas fans, they think it's kind of manufactured rivalry, or I'm not sure why they don't get into it. But is it a rivalry to you, or what's it going to take to make it more of a rivalry, maybe with the fans and the team as well?
I think it's a game for respect, and whenever you have a game like that, it becomes a rivalry. I haven't beat him since I've been here, and having a team that close to us, that should be our goal, to beat the guys that we're borderline with. And it's a rivalry for me. I know how much it means to all the staff, the players, and plus for this game for our season is huge, especially with the new coach hired at Missouri, and we just got Coach Pittman. Well, this is a big game for us, and getting any trophy is huge. So yes, we're taking it like it's a rivalry game for sure.
And you probably don't know Eli Drinkwitz. Grant said he knew him a little bit from, I guess he recruited Drew when he was at Arkansas State. But the fact they have a coach who's an Arkansas native, does that add a little bit to it or anything?
Oh, absolutely. There's all kinds of motivation you can add to this rivalry if you wanted to talk about it. But I think at the end of the day, our goal is to get the win, and we're gonna be fired up, just excited about this one as any win, even more. And so we're looking forward to it.
Barry Odom, he's 4-0 on the other side, but now he's on your side. As Chuck Barrett always points out in his radio spots. Does that make you feel good? Like, hey, Barry's, he's like kryptonite or whatever to whoever he's playing in this thing,
We got the secret weapon on our side this year, so I'm excited about it.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody have another for Bumper? All right, Bumper, thanks.